well, this week we have a rare opportunity to hear directly from state leaders in education here in Sacramento. It's the California School Board Association's annual education conference and trade show. And later this morning, we're also going to hear from some of the top candidates in the race to become California's next governor. Joining us this morning is Troy Flint with the California School Boards Association. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Just in a real quick nutshell, what do you guys usually get out of this conference every year? What's the point of it?
What we do is we bring our members together to share ideas so they can replicate some of the best practices that are helping students succeed in their individual school districts and spread those throughout the state to accelerate student learning. We also allow our members to hear from some of the state's biggest policy and decision makers so they can express their views about what needs to happen to advance education. And they also have the opportunity to attend more than 100 workshops and really dive deep into some of the subjects that are impacting student outcomes.
Okay, so you have a lot to do. So let's segue right into, you've got a gubernatorial candidate forum going on. We've got a full screen I want to put up that'll show you the people who are going to be taking part in that. What's the importance then for the people who are attending to be able to hear from these individuals who would like to lead California?
So it's a wide open race, and so we're holding this forum to help present the candidates' views to people who have a real stake in the public school system to see if, as governor, as the person who would have a major impact on public education in California, they feel these are the right people to help guide us into the future at a critical time for education, when there's declining enrollment, when there's questions about stagnant student achievement, and when the federal government is retreating from public schools, meaning the role of the state becomes even more important.
Interesting. So there's also a workshop that's going on today called The State's Turn, a Call to Action. What is that actually about?
So this is about really raising the visibility of the persistent achievement gaps, where you have large groups of students that over decades are not making sufficient progress or closing ground with their more advanced peers. We need to change that, not just for those students, but for the economic and civic future of this state. And the focus is always on local school districts, and rightly so to an extent, but where we really need to turn extra focus is to the state itself. Most of the funding comes from the state, but the state has not exhibited any accountability for the poor results for many of its student groups. We want the state to develop an operations and support plan that says what it's going to do differently to help local school districts produce better results for kids, and also to evaluate whether what it's doing currently makes sense, is working, and then make adjustments. We need more transparency and accountability at the state level, not just putting the focus on local school districts and county offices of education.
And then I'll just wrap this one up, but also tomorrow there's going to be a forum with the candidates for State Superintendent of Public Instruction, which is also obviously the biggest, education job that we have within California. So a look at the events that we've been talking about. We've got the gubernatorial candidate forum that's going on this morning at 9. I know Ashley Zavala, our political director, is going to be attending that. The featured workshop starts at 11:20, and then tomorrow at 9 is the forum with the State Superintendent of Public Instruction candidates. All of this happening at the Safe Credit Union Convention Center on K Street, which is where you are right now. Best of luck. I know you have a lot on the line, a lot to cover, and hopefully some really good talks come out of everything that you're doing in Sacramento for the next few days.
Thanks so much.
You bet.